Alright guys, and welcome to a sort of different thing on the channel today. It's a bit about football news. Today's mainly about transfers um, of the past few days. The main ones. So there's some from Sunday, some from Monday, and some from Tuesday. I know it's Wednesday today, but it's sort of not much has gone on today, really. And the first thing I want to talk about is Torres. He did win the Golden Boot with Spain. Everyone knows they won the Euros, so it's not really a thing I should talk about because everyone has their views on it. But Torres, he won the Golden Boot. I don't think it's going to make him a better player, but I'm just thinking, is it going to make him better for Chelsea this season? He played okay for Spain, but because he's won that, will it be more of a mental boost rather than the obviously doing well? Because I reckon he's always had it in him. He used to play well for Liverpool, but since he moved, it's just gone downhill for him. The next thing I want to talk about is Lavezzi. He finally made his £24 million move to PSG on Sunday, but it's quite a bit of money for a player that's only been proved in like the Serie A, and so I'm just wondering whether he'll be able to convert that into a different league, and if he is going to be worth the money. Next thing is Balotelli. His agent reported that Balotelli was worth 200 million, which to be honest is just a load of rubbish. If you think about Ronaldo, he was bought for 80 million in his prime when he was being the best footballer of the world. No one had even heard of Messi really. So if you think about it, I'd maybe pay 20 million for Balotelli, but not 200 million. Next thing I want to talk about is not necessarily Yakubu's move to China, but why are all these players going to China? I don't reckon it's to do with obviously the league or anything like that, or the team's probably being any good, but they must be giving out some money because obviously everyone knows that Drogba's gone, Yakubu's gone, players like Anelka and Asamoah Gyan went I think Monday night to United Arab Emirates, I think maybe, and I don't know why everyone's moving too fast because this league is so good, and I'm sure Yakubu would get paid quite a bit. Blackburn would have been hoping to hold on to him. He played really well last season. But anyway, Blackburn have signed Leon Best from Newcastle for I think £3 million. The player was pleased to join the club, but I think it was a 3 or 4 year contract anyway. But I was just thinking, not that it's probably a good signing for Blackburn. Like they've signed quite a few players, like I think Nuno Gomez or something from, I can't remember what league he plays for anyway. But if he's just been pushed out by Cisse and Bar since their arrival, he's barely played, and then since Cisse has joined, there's no room up front for a player like him because there's obviously Ben Arthur as well, who's really good, and I'm guessing that Newcastle will be buying some new players in the summer. And the final thing I want to talk about from Sunday was Paul Lambert's first signing, El Amadi, I think you say it, from Feyenoord anyway. It was Paul Lambert's first signing, like I said, but the thing I want to talk about is, like, in the past few years, Aston Villa, their like potential and success rate, like in games and stuff, it's gone down a lot since they've lost players like Milner and Gareth Barry and stuff like that. So I'm just wondering whether under Paul Lambert it's going to be a sort of different thing, and he's going to like bring a new prime to Aston Villa. Now I'm going to talk about the news from Monday night. Well, there was a few clubs interested in Suarez. I think clubs like AC Milan, and I know PSG were interested, but Brendan Rodgers is hoping to keep hold of him. And also, on the talk of Liverpool, AC Milan wanted Andy Carroll because the manager liked his goal against Sweden. I thought it was a pretty good goal, but I don't reckon that will end up going anywhere, that deal. Anyway, the next thing is Ferguson. Since the transfer market's opened, he's bought two players already, Nick Powell from Crewe and Kagawa from Borussia Dortmund. Also, he's interested in João Moutinho from FC Porto and Axel Witsel from Benfica. And to be fair, all of them are midfielders. I'm just wondering whether he's unpleased with the midfield whether he's going to be offloading quite a few players. But if you think they've still got players like Paul Scholes, Cleverley, Anderson, stuff like that, that have got still a bit of playing time in them, I wonder whether he's going to be offloading them this summer. And also City, probably favourites to get Van Persie now, as he refused to sign a new deal. But Arsene Wenger is still hopeful to get him to sign a new deal before his contract runs out. I think he's still got 2 years. It'll be devastating for Arsenal if they actually send him out on free, because he wouldn't sign a contract. So I reckon unless he signs one within the next year, they'll probably have to end up selling him. But they'll probably get quite a bit of money for him. And also Paul Pogba from United has finally got his move to Juventus. There's been a lot of stuff going around about him moving, but Sir Alex Ferguson was disappointed in the move, because I don't think he knew about it until they'd already sorted it out, because I think they'd already sorted out wages and stuff. I think Pogba was disappointed with the lack of first team football, but to be fair, he's pretty young. I don't think he's even 22 yet. I think he might be 21 or 20 or something like that. And to be fair, I don't think he can complain, because he's made 9 starts for United, and he's only pretty young, which is pretty good for a young player. And last thing for Monday is Nicholas Bentner revealed that he wanted to go to a club where he'd get first team football. There's reports that Galatasaray and Olympiacos are interested. But to be fair, he played well in the Euros for Denmark. He scored 3 goals, maybe, or 2, can't remember. But he played well, and he played well for Sunderland last season. So I think he would be a player to be for Arsenal. I don't think he'd get first team football at the moment. But and finally, we're on to what happened Monday afternoon and night. There's not too much. This was actually supposed to come out yesterday, but I had some problems with the upload, so I decided to do the commentary again. But not too much has happened today anyway, so I didn't see the point of adding anything. Stephen Naismith signed for Everton. And one of the things I want to talk about is obviously quite a lot of players have left Rangers. People like Stephen Whittaker have gone to Norwich. Jamie Ness has gone to Stoke, and Kyle Lafferty has gone to FC Sean. I think I don't know how to say it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But obviously they don't know whether they're going to be in the SPL next season. Because obviously they went into administration, and so they the other clubs have to decide. I don't know whether it was today or tomorrow, whether they are allowed to stay in the league, because it's a vote from the other teams in the league. But obviously the other teams in the league aren't going to want them in there, because it's less likely that they're going to do well. So they'll probably end up all voting for them to go out. But anyway, next thing I want to talk about is Juventus. They recently signed Lucio from Inter Milan on a free transfer, which seems to be quite a good deal. And they also signed Mauricio Isla and Asamoah from Udinese, which seems to be quite good buys. Juventus obviously won the league last season. Well, the Serie A last season, so they'll probably go on some sort of buying players to strengthen the squad they've already got. One of the last things I want to talk about is Andre Villas-Boas. He obviously been announced as the new manager of Spurs. It seems to be quite. I think he's probably the right manager for the job. To be fair, I don't know who else they would have picked, but. Anyway, he's also signed Gylfi Sigurdsson from Hoffenheim. He was on loan at Swansea last season, but obviously, and he actually played quite well for about 8 goals. He had a few assists as well, and he only signed in January for them. It seems to be quite a good buy, but I don't know whether he'll be as successful at Spurs as he was at Swansea, because obviously he's not. At Swansea, he took quite a leading role, but at Spurs, there's a lot of other competition. I suppose in a way it could make him better, he has to work harder. But then obviously it could be the other way, where he doesn't get as much first team football, and that could really affect his football. Well, the way he plays, because obviously less time on the pitch. But anyway, this is the end of like my first episode of just football talk. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like. It will mean a lot, because I've not done anything like this before. If you've got any ways you want me to improve, comment below. And if you did enjoy this, subscribe. And if you do like FIFA videos and you haven't watched any of my videos before, go check them out. Because I normally do FIFA videos. I thought I'd just mix it up a bit. And I'll see you later, guys.